to your right. Straight for a second. Hard to your left. Straight. That'll do it.
That's the last time that engine in this configuration is running.
Yep.
Now the mad scientist, the questionable garage, is about to... Well, I was going to say he's going to pull the car apart, but apparently I'm doing this, and I'm not very good with a spanner. I'm notoriously not good with a spanner. So let's see what happens.
The good news is we have wrenches here, though.
Yes.
Not spanners.
Yes. Wrenches. Maybe I'll be better with a wrench instead of a spanner.
Hello and welcome to the shop. I'm Jared, and this is the Questionable Garage, and this is a 1984 Chevrolet Corvette. That's not mine. It just showed up one day, and I found out whose it is. Spencer, what have you done?
Yeah, you're right. Well, I bought this thing. The motor's not very good. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're from the UK.
Thank you.
You're going to need 2 or 3 of those.
I probably am. Yeah. I'm suffering.
Spencer is the most American British person I've met. He's in his Harley Davidson shirt. I mean,
yes.
So he's an enthusiast like I am of doing fun road trips in old cars. And
Yes.
of all of your choices, why a Corvette?
So I did a interesting drive, and I was in a rental, and it just sat there, and I then suddenly realised what I needed was a Corvette. I needed something with the suspension set up, a V8 in there that would just soak up the miles and not be screaming, and then with like all the warning lights coming up. But I don't know if this was the right choice, but yeah.
You know, vintage Corvettes. Now, we're going to look at this a little bit closer. Has a bad engine, so what's wrong with the engine?
So the chap I bought it from said that the shells spun on the crank, so he...
Rod bearings.
Yeah, it's rod bearings.
I'll translate. No, keep going. I'm just going to translate.
Yeah. So the spinny thing spun on the spinning thing, and it made an awful noise. And so he then stopped the engine and then drained the oil and then had a look, and they'd spun on the shells spun on the crank. He's replaced the shells
just to make it run enough, but
yeah.
All right. So we need to get this engine apart and see how deep the damage goes. Figure out what we've got to work with. And then figure out from there.
What do you mean we? My hands, look at my...
They're about to look very different. So I'm on light work duty. I found out he was in the country, and I said, hey, come to Georgia real quick. You're going to kind of pull under my tutelage.
Yes. Now, there's something about a spanner. I'm not very good with a spanner.
We have wrenches here, so you might be better.
This could be the way. This is the way.
So we'll give you a quick walk around of this car and get it on a lift, start getting some fluids out of it, and tear it apart.
Let's have a look at it.
Now, you guys didn't buy your Tacoma or other truck because you wanted something soft and fragile, and nothing is worse than factory cloth floor mats and their ability to absorb dirt, mud, and awful water, and that is where today's sponsor, 3W Autolife and the 3W floor mats, are gonna save the day. These aren't your average run-of-the-mill cheap rubber floor mats. These are high-quality injection molded TPE medical grade rubber. These things are meant to last. They keep shape and form for years to come. Also, they are rugged. You get your muddy feet in them, you've been off-roading, adventuring, or doing some garden work, you take the dirty floor mat out, you give it a quick hose, and it goes right back in. And what makes them even more high quality, aside from the laser fit, precision fit, everything that, you get a nice little cloth insert that snaps firmly in place. So if you're not doing something muddy, you're going on a nice date night, you can go ahead and put something a little bit softer in for you. Now, it's not just Tacomas that they've got floor mats for. Pretty much, if it's made, they probably have a great fitting custom floor mat. They fit amazing. They do not slip around. They have anti-slip nubs. They fit exactly in the floor pan, and they lock into the factory securing tabs. That's important. Do not stack your floor mats. You need something that fits perfect and won't slide around, and the 3W floor mat is that. And you should also take a look at all their other automotive accessories. I picked up a really awesome rear seat protector for the Lexus when we're hauling the 2 Great Pyrenees around. With their Prime Day sale, they are running some insane discounts. So if you click that link down below or in the comment box and use the code THEQuestionable, you are going to save an amazing amount on a 3W Auto 3W floor mat custom fit for your vehicle. So huge thank you to 3W Autolife and the 3W floor mats for sponsoring this part of the episode. Now, back to the regular scheduled action. All right, so your first thought looking at it.
It's smaller than I thought. I thought the Corvette would be bigger.
That's a Camaro. The
Yeah,
Camaro's more Grand Tour sports car. The Corvette it's sports car, two-seater.
Yeah, it's
American-sized MG.
I suppose it is. This does make a lot of sense. I mean, you could probably fit the whole MG on the bonnet there.
Oh, absolutely. So you did drive it on your channel, which is...
Yes, Midlife Crisis 101X.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Check engine light is on. Way to go.
You get your first drive experience there. We're not going to spoil that here. We're just worried about fixing it. So walking around, why don't you open up the door and let's get the hood open.
Right, yes.
I don't even want to fire it up anymore because on his one drive, it came back and we heard the tap, tap, tap. The goal is to preserve this. We had talked at one point you getting a 6-liter out of a white Escalade, but that's still tied up in litigation. And
It is.
And LS swaps in a C4 are doable, but it's all about goals and costs. And you want you don't need maximum horsepower for it. You need reliable, and you want a good choppy V8 sound.
I got a question.
Yeah.
The steering wheel's on the wrong side.
No, it's the left side.
No, it's...
I almost said, oh no, it's on the right side, but no, it's not. It's definitely on the left side. So pop that open, and if you, as a viewer, have not seen a C4 Corvette, you sit in the car.
This makes no sense. I've got a question. Why are my windscreen wiper controls in the door?
Because they ran out of room. There's no room on the center console or the anywhere. No, they're just...
There's no room in this car whatsoever. Saying that, it's actually a really comfortable place to sit.
Once you get in, there's just not grace getting in and out.
Yeah.
We already made them do it once before, but yes, if you're unfamiliar, you sit in the car. I got all the digital lights. It's got all the power bays over there, but we are worried about what's under here. All right, I will let you lift that hood because you didn't the first time.
Yeah, it does look a tad heavy. I heard the grunt of mockery here. Yeah, it is a tad heavy. Okay, that's not so bad.
And then just enough so that hook catches. Look at that. Saw it once and learned. So in here, we've got the Crossfire fuel injection 350. Kind of ripped on a little bit, but again, when right, they're really good engines.
It's got these air intakes. They're really cool.
Yes. So if you actually look, that ties up to the front of your car, takes fresh air in there, and feeds it directly into the engine.
So the faster I go,
the faster you go.
Yes.
One other thing, what defines a mid-engine car?
Yes. I've got this right. The engine is behind the wheels.
Sort of.
It's in the middle of the car.
We didn't discuss this off camera at all, and I've not had a bunch of you in the comments tell me I'm wrong whenever I call Johnny Rev a mid-engine car. So, a mid-engine vehicle, the center line or center of gravity of the engine is behind the center line of the front wheels. So if we look, there's your ball joint. If you draw a line straight across to there, that's your accessory drive. And unless those accessory drives are made out of tungsten, most of the weight is behind the center line of the front wheels, isn't it?
Yes.
So that makes this a mid-engine car.
I concur. This is a mid-engine car.
It's a front mid, but it's mid-engine. Quit your whinging in the comments. Did I use it right? I used it right.
Yeah, whinging is very good. I've got to say, if you look at the Porsche Boxster, if you think the engine on the Boxster is pretty much here.
Yep.
And that's just behind that compartment.
But it's behind you, so it's more... So yeah, the Boxster's mid, and then a 911 is rear.
Yeah.
We're going to get this thing on a lift. We're going to turn some fans on. Yes, we're poking fun at the British man for the heat, but as you can tell, I'm apparently part British. Or I'm mostly just fat. That's why.
Yeah, well, I've got no chance. I'm fat. I'm British. I'm on my second or third drink in the last 20 minutes.
Welcome to springtime in Georgia. You ever run a lift before?
No.
Really simple. You want to pick her up?
Okay.
The controls are on this side.
Button?
Yeah. Well, the instructions are right there. You could break the rule of man and read them.
Yeah, I suppose. Good. Right. Okay.
So you want to just pick it up to just the tires off the ground, and then we're going to shake check the car.
Okay. Here we go.
Yep. All right. So next what you'll do is you basically will come up, give it a little shake. You see how it's very stable, not trying to go anywhere?
Yeah.
So that's good. Rear suspensions on C4s are terrible. Don't do any big unloading on the highway because that's what your tire does.
Yeah.
You don't really want a lot of positive camber. That's kind of like a 3rd gen Supra. So the next thing we're going to do before we go all the way up, we want to disconnect the battery.
Yep.
And then we're going to get it up and drain all the fluids. So purple box is going to be your primary working box here. So your spanners should be here.
Okay.
Those are aftermarket, so maybe a 15 millimeter.
15 mil. Here we go.
And you want to do ground first. Whenever you're doing powers, black is your ground.
And definitely not just
Don't connect the two.
just and not hope. Okay.
Well, it's fiberglass, so there's less likely, Did I guess right, or was I wrong, or is it not even tight?
Is that supposed to come off of my hand?
No, that should have been tighter.
Told you I wasn't good with these.
Oh, look, there's even extra accessories not currently wired.
Oh, fantastic.
It's amazing how stock this car is,
It's amazing how easily this just came off. I've never seen a battery that connects this way either.
A lot of GMs do the side post thing. That's not that uncommon. Those having the extra stud for wiring, that's uncommon. So, all right. Well, let's label those and then we'll get her all the way up in the air.
Sweet.
You realize one problem. Setting the car to working height.
Yes, I was looking at that.
Because this is my eye level.
That's your...
So, we'll come underneath here and we'll go over everything we got to drain now.
You realise you're sitting down and you're still nearly as tall as me.
But now you can work on it. So it is amazing. So on a C5 Corvette, the suspension and everything, they have what's called a batwing oil pan. This you can get to like no problem. So that's how they're able to change the bearing shells out in the car. First step, we said we're draining fluids. What do we do after we drain the fluids, do you think?
Start it up and rev it.
No, we want to save the engine. So the first step of pulling the engine is we're going to pull the transmission.
Oh, okay.
What it does is you can technically pull these together. Some people will leave the transmission in place. It's an extra 25 minutes of work to make it so much easier to remove the engine and not risk damaging the car.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. Oh, we do got a good bit of battery corrosion, it looks like. Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
So at some point that had a leaky battery in it. That ground strap, we'll probably want to replace that. That shouldn't be green.
No.
What I'm trying to figure out, okay, so people talked about how terrible these things were to get exhaust manifolds in for an LS swap. Where? I mean, just a standard like LS1 Corvette manifold looks like it fit. But like, listen, we'll see how broken we are, but we got a lot of scheming to still do. But before any of that happens, also, this has the feline delete.
Aha.
If you look under that big wood table, you see the giant brown rhombus.
Yep.
We don't have any of those. So we got to pull your exhaust off. You want it louder, you only have rear mufflers. There's no exhaust on this thing.
I need it louder.
He's a very American British person.
It's the MagnaFlow as well.
There's good ones. So fluid's coming out. We got to undo our torque converter. Starter's going to come off. Exhaust is going to come off.
I got to say, I feel really bad about doing this because there's no oil dripping down. There's no oil up here.
There's some, but it's been a well cared for car. What I'm trying to figure out, so it still has all the air injection pumps on top. So this tube here,
yeah,
that's your air injection tube.
Oh.
So you have a pump sitting there. That's why it was making that funny whistle sound.
Yes.
It's just pumping air, to the atmosphere.
It's the air.
All right, well, I'm going to set us up a little time lapse and I'll have you start pulling drain plugs, and actually, no, we'll probably have you start on exhaust. I'll start somewhere. We'll make it all work. Should have come out.
Nothing.
All right, we're back up top after that time lapse. We're making some progress. We discovered the cooling system. I kept shining back, waiting for the explosion of coolant, and it was just rust. So we have a kickdown cable and a couple things that stopped us from pulling the trannies. So we're going to go ahead and come up and strip all of this. You know exactly what to do, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just keep taking bolts out, right?
Oh, bolts. Yeah.
Some nuts, maybe.
See,
Ready
I
to
knew
see
it.
what's under there?
I knew. Yes. This could be exciting. It's dirty.
It's throttle body fuel injection, TBI.
Okay.
They're computer carburetors, basically.
Is this the setup everyone hates?
They don't like them. People really don't like TBI stuff. They can be problematic. You actually, that one is leaking. You can see how moist it is around the actual throttle hat.
Can I just go over that word again for all my British viewers? The word moist.
Moist.
Yeah.
No one likes that word. Everyone whinges.
They whinges. Stop complaining about moist.
The truck you really like, the my 92 big
Yeah.
block truck.
Yeah.
It has a TBI setup on it.
Okay. But can't be that bad then.
They're just stupid and simple. A lot of people pull carburetors and put Holly snipers on them. That's TBI.
Yeah.
But I'm a fan of, we can clean them, get the injectors flowed, put new diaphragms in so it quits leaking on the outside, get rid of the emissions junk. Or we do modern, but we lose the ram air.
I like the ram air. I really like that idea.
It's kind of dumb and fun. So the first thing you want to do is, it should be, I believe, 10s. We need to undo those 4 10s. We can lift the hat off.
Okay, 10s. 10s coming up. You know I've got short little dinosaur arms, don't you? I've just had a terrible thought. What if I drop this into the...
So you see the folded tabs? It's captive. Cannot be dropped.
This nut.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, anything's possible, but it's specifically designed to prevent you from doing so.
I'm going to get into this one. So in case anyone's like going, why is this guy so bad with a spanner? My entire career was in emergency services. So it was military, then emergency services. So yeah, this is the furthest thing from my remit.
But you love cars,
I do.
and you got to learn at some point.
I do. So I've then got, of course, there's a hair in there. Wait till there's a hair in my carburetor, my TBI.
Yeah, TBI, not carburetor, TBI.
There's a hair in my TBI. I'm trying it back in the engine bay. Hang on, what's this spiders in here?
They'll be fine.
Well, the spiders, but what about me?
Just don't bother the spider, and they won't bother you.
Okay.
So you got a vacuum line back there. Come on. Grab that a flathead screwdriver, and then use that to push.
Yes, that is a good plan. Now, if I knew where the flathead screwdriver was, there's
They're
a
in the
hammer.
very top, pointing down on the right side, the ones that have the flat line.
Ha! I found a hammer. I'm not going to use the hammer on this. Jeez. No, that's still turning from whatever it was into.
It's just tormenting you.
Oh, absolutely. It's a voyage of discovery, seeing how long this bolt actually is. I mean, come on, it can't. How? Oh, okay, we can see the bolt. That's why.
It's a long bolt.
And it's a long bolt.
That's the long boy.
Yeah, but everything else has been that. So you can see my confusion. In fact, the last one was that. Yep, that was it. That's a long bolt. And it doesn't actually want to come out that easily, but oh yes. I feel like Indiana Jones with his little trophy he finds. Where do you want this?
You can set that on top of the table, metal table for now.
Okay. Where would you like the alternator bracket?
Probably, there's a bigger bag in those boxes. Put that bracket and that bag in the slightly bigger one together and set it with the alternator.
Okay.
Just so that way it all like tracks.
Yes. The humidity and heat here is such a struggle coming over from the
What's
UK.
that? Oh.
The heat and the humidity, it's so unusual. It's like being in a sauna trying to take an engine apart.
So if you would, you could feed these through this hole.
Okay.
And look at just the bolts that hold these brackets on.
Yep.
That's kind of what we're going to be working on next, trying to remove all of those brackets, but keep the power steering pump attached, and that's what I'm working here.
Okay. Oh, I see. There's a big spiky thing in the way. There you go. Ah, state of that. It's just wrapping around me. And there are 3 bolts holding this top bracket on, which appears to hold the fluid as well. So
What are you hypothesizing?
yeah, I was going to clean my hands off before I grab hold of more tools. But I don't know if I should just grab hold of the tools, but I've got to clean something. I've got to clean my hands off because this is yucky. If I was on my own, I'd be really hesitant. I'm used to...
Understandable.
my previous profession, if I was working on something, and I got it wrong, it would kind of have catastrophic consequences. And you kind of look at this as your patient when you're working on it.
The one benefit is you can turn the patient off.
Yes, and then you can turn them back on, you can turn them off, you can just replace.
So you got a little bit more leeway.
Yes. And you can upgrade these. Right, let's find. That's yucky. I think we're on a 14. That feels like that's the one.
You know, I wonder if we went to a traditional center intake, if there is either off the shelf or build a custom lower to still adapt to the air snorkels and go to a modern Sniper 2 setup with a custom air cleaner to still suck off the...
Yeah.
Got the laser welder.
This is where the questionable part of the questionable garage comes in. Having known Jared for a couple of years now and seeing the things that he builds, it's like, well, you're not right. It's like, no, this is a really good idea. And it invariably is a very good idea. I see that he's holding tools. So yeah, it's all about laser cutters, but you're holding the tools. I'm the only one that think it's his workshop. Oh, now I've stolen the socket. I have no idea what this is. That's an 18.
Been a while since I popped TBI fuel lines. I grabbed every one but the right one for wrenches.
So this was actually a good idea to pull the engine out and rebuild it.
Yeah. You're still just unbolting the power steering pump bracket.
Yeah, but look, I was feeling good about myself then, right? And I thought, are you still unbolting that? Yes.
Oh, no. Trust me, there's a lot of hidden bolts. Oh, someone before us was kind enough to round this fuel line. Like most everything we're talking about doing at the end of the day, you don't see any of it.
No.
You're not going to see a torque converter. You're not going to see a built engine.
But we'll know it's there.
Oh yeah, and everyone watching.
Yeah. I'll have to get a little QR code on the car somewhere.
You're
Watch this
no,
build.
no. Don't do that. Boomer
What?
board.
What?
I appreciate it, but it's a boomer board. You need New Balances, jean shorts,
No.
and a big board to be like, look at my build.
But it is a really cool build, though.
Oh no, yeah.
And it's a cool story. I'll put it on the back, so if they keep up with me, they can use the camera, and then they deserve to learn. Okay, so... Well, that's kind of off. I feel that I should have undone other parts from this, or should be undoing parts. I don't know. I do know this has got to come off because that's coming off. So do I want to unbolt these tubes?
So you can. We'll just collect the fluid that comes out. It'll make it easier getting the rest of the bracket off.
Yeah.
So if you take these,
Oh.
tilt it forward again like you had.
Yep.
it. You get them just slightly above the nipple. Gently, kind of, because you don't want to break the plastic nipple of the tank.
No.
But as soon as that comes off, it's going to start leaking.
Makes it so much easier.
Old
with
crusty
tools.
rubber. So the reason it's just weeping so much is the rubber is so old and crusty. There you go. Turn it kind of upside down, put it in the oil drain to keep draining.
Oh, where's my oil drain gone?
That does not look much like power steering fluid.
Oh, that is black. That's grim. Okay, it's now caked onto the skin of that. Now I'm gonna have to change that fluid. It's black. Why is it right? Your hands look like that, and mine. Look at the state of
I
that.
haven't done the power steering fluid. I've done dirty things, not that dirty yet.
I'm gonna fix it. This is nasty.
Just in time to get dirty again. I stop regularly and kind of rewash hands just because it's not fun getting that filthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a quick drink as well.
Okay.
That took it out of me.
Good news is we're getting close to engine side stuff out, so we should be able to feed down that kick down. Or we can drop the pan and pull the kick down out of the transmission. I'm torn on which one we'll do. I'll see when we get it back up and tilted how well it behaves.
Yeah, but I've got no idea.
What's your thoughts?
Yes, that's it. That's it. That's as far as I thought. Oh my gosh, it's so hot.
And once you pull a lot of the wires out the way, it seems to make a little more sense.
Yeah, throttle cable and cruise control cable there.
I've got cruise control.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
If you want to pull your leads off, you've got more room on that side. Pull all your leads off the spark plugs. Just take them out.
They're coming out. Yay, my finger's still attached.
You can probably pull that little tube off. That exhaust. What?
Oh, this one. Oh, I've still got one more lead. Hidden away at the back. Okay, there we go.
All right, I think we've got an hour of us dickering at this point. Let's just cut the cameras, do a little bit of work. We'll pick them back up when we're
Okay.
back underneath your trophy there. What do you call that?
It's like an octopus.
It does have 8 leads.
This is it.
Hey, Spencer.
Yeah.
Is this the part of automotive YouTube you never realized existed?
Oh, I knew it existed. I just never wanted to live that. It's much easier vicariously changing engines through a screen.
It's kind of hard actually trying this new thing called listening to your body. Still very much working through the knee, but we did make a ton of progress. It's not exactly where I wanted to end day one, but it's okay. All we need to do is hook a chain to it, cherry picker, lift slightly, pull the motor mounts, and it's out. That's your first time doing this level of work. What do you feel?
I feel like a Midlife Crisis 101X.
So we are going to go take independent cold showers, cool off, Gatorade. Or what do you guys drink? Gatorade in the UK?
No, we don't have that.
What do you drink? Electrolyte.
Yeah.
A warm Irish pub pint or a warm brown pint
Yes.
and some beans.
I'm in Helen this evening, so I shall visit some fermented vegetable products.
So in the morning, we'll get set back up. We're going to get that thing yanked out and torn down, which is really fun because Spencer's never seen the inside of the engine. I've already found some sparkly bits, but we're saving that for the morning. We'll see you then. Well, all right, you saw that time lapse. Spencer was getting his beauty sleep. Actually, I think you were just afraid to come out in the humidity.
Yeah, it's unfeasibly hot here.
So it wasn't about pulling the engine. This is about tearing it down, playing with a friend, explaining how engine works, and figuring out why we lost a bearing. So that's what this is our big focus of the episode is on. Also, I get to sit down more, which is great. So
Yesterday was hard work.
I mean, I sat most of the day too. So we're gonna do a little bit of static. I'm gonna grab you close when we're looking at stuff close. Sorry about the fans. We're starting off with 130% humidity with a little bit of fuel vapors in the shop. So
They're good. I'm kind of enjoying the fuel.
yeah,
The
that's
smell
good.
of the fuel.
So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of rip down the manifolds. I'm gonna pull the front cover off. Then we're gonna get into pulling the valve train, cylinder heads, and then we'll finally roll her over because the money shot's down below. I figured let's go top down. Let's, savor it,
Yes.
You ever pull the manifold off, exhaust manifold?
Yeah, but not when the engine's like this. So
A little bit easier, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, well, you got the swirly pipes and the tubes and the thing that sticks up.
Well, you know what I realized? We need to get our bags and Sharpies. Get our Plymore bags ready to go. And we'll label, we'll put both sets of manifold hardware in. I will say, other than the studs from someone really cranking when you unbolted the collectors,
Yeah.
this has come apart pretty well.
Yeah.
You keep commenting, what about the condition of the car?
Oh, I'm amazed. So, to be able to buy a car that's 42 years old in this condition is just, you couldn't do it in Britain. Yeah, this is what a car looks like after 2 or 3 years in Britain.
Right.
Everything just rusts.
But not from road salts, just the sea air?
Just from running on the road, the sea air, just everything. And you just don't see cars in this condition, this age, in the UK. I'm just blown away at the fact that we can go and buy parts up the road, like if we need to spare part for this.
Well, realistically, 25-minute drive from here, we could probably get a master engine overhaul kit. 2 hours away from here at Summit in McDonough, we could go get a fully balanced rotating assembly to drop off at the machine shop and have them bore the engine out.
Ah,
Now, you do know, one was the first Chevy small block built.
oh, I don't know. Sean Matheson at Miles Through Time might know this one, but I don't.
End of 1953, beginning of 1954, and if I remember, it's the Firepower V8. I'll be honest, Toyota's where I cut my teeth, so I'm not going to be absolutely V8 lore, but it was at very end of 53, 54, called I'm pretty sure it was the Firepower.
We never got them in the UK. I mean, you could get V8s, you'd get like the Rover V8 that we had.
That's not V8, that's a maintenance nightmare.
And but we didn't get this. It's like, why? I'm gonna need one of those long ones, I think. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I got you the right one for it.
Oh, look at that. Me of little faith.
Hey, you're learning the tap and smack method. Now, I will say this. A lot of times when you're getting a group of friends together and you're planning a wrench fest and someone's like, when you're asking how knowledgeable they are and someone's like, I don't really know much. You didn't oversell your ability.
No, I don't.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. A lot of times people are like, I'm an amateur and, they have some knowledge. You were honest that you could probably do the basic of things.
I shouldn't be holding this.
No, you absolutely should. And no one should be afraid to pick up the tool because what have you done? You've helped pull an engine. You're now helping tear apart your engine.
Yeah.
You've not broken anything out of negligence or your fault. Like, don't be afraid to try to learn and get going on something because it's fun learning new skills.
It is. Again, with the UK, we don't have this kind of space.
Fair.
Even though I come over here quite a lot, I still forget how vast this beautiful country is. One of the other things people say, oh, America, greatest country in the world. It really is. And there's a lot of other countries that I love, but my gosh, America, it is amazing.
We sometimes get some stupid people on both sides doing stupid things, but at least the land is indisputable.
Yeah, the country itself. And I've got to say, the people
there's so much potential and opportunity, and
it is an amazing country. And you've got V8, which it's worth the flight alone.
All right, so up front, if you want to spin real quick while you're doing it. So this is our harmonic balancer. This is something we'll replace. So you see this bit of rubber that's pushing its way out. So even the best balanced engines are going to have some vibrations. They're going to have a harmonic when they're combusting. So as that's happening, that's going to shatter and push the oil cushion out and make the crank hit bearings, rod hit bearings. So this is basically a shock absorber. There's a very specific durometer stiffness of rubber, and those small vibrations get transferred out to this outside and it absorbs them.
This makes a lot of sense to me.
So it takes the tiny little harmonic vibration. Again, harmonic balancer, because it's the harmonic vibrations, which are different than like when you spin balance something, that's different than a harmonic. Harmonic is by the engine running versus it rotating.
Back in 2004, I did a motoring event, which is quite exciting. And there was a guy with an AC Cobra replica, and he had a supercharger. And he broke it, and it broke due to harmonic vibrations. So that explains a lot more of what it was. Because it's harmonic vibrations. Okay, well that makes sense. But then to see that we've got the rubber thing here
to take it,
I've got a strange plug thing here. I'm going to leave it alone because it's not the exhaust manifold. So I will leave that alone. I think I've got all the bolts off that I need.
Oh yeah, so that's your temperature sensor plug. So once that comes off, you can actually undo that wire and pull that wire. So if all the bolts are off, just put the wrench down, two-handed tug.
I hear that a lot. Put the wrench down, step away from the car. Oh, that fell off in my hands. Okay.
And then if you want to pull your spark plugs, just to get them out.
Same size?
In the top, there's actually spark plug sockets.
In the top of that one?
Yep, top of the purple. Everything we need is in the purple. Then there's better versions of everything in the purple and the gray. And then there's even more versions in the pink boxes.
Pink boxes, yes. The one over there.
But purple and gray have everything we need.
Oh, that was loose. Oh no, they're all loose.
No.
I'm actually moving them by hand.
Oh no. All of mine are too. Well, there's some of your horsepower. So what happens when the spark plug is loose, you can't bake maximum compression. Yeah, so if you look at this here, you see that washer, that's a crush washer.
Yeah.
And that's to help make the seal. And if you look really close, it's not crushed.
Yeah.
That's why torque specs are important. A small block, a 40-year-old small block burning oil is not a surprise. It's a mixture of valve stem seals. We'll see what the cylinder bores look like and see that white buildup. That's generally going to be oil. This is mostly just the black soot. So
The engine, we believe the engine's only done about 72,000 miles,
right.
which again is remarkable for the age of the car.
All right, so next thing you can do is
where's the plugs going?
you can just, they'll eventually end up in the bin. Once that's off, you'll see like on the side of the block, there's some brackets and the motor mounts. So you can start unbolting all of that, but take a reference picture. So that way we can go back later and be like, okay, this is where everything goes.
I like how easy it is once you get into this to actually start changing bits.
Well, and we can do, a lot of this could have all been done technically. We could, other than a crank, could do all, and pull the heads, do rods and pistons in the car. Now, one thing on these small blocks, a lot of people run their cranks in with the bolt. That's a bad idea. There's special tools that actually pull these crank pulleys in. The reason you do that is on these motors, the bolt's there to help hold it, but it's more of a press fit. And the bolt's not big enough to safely run that in, and you'll damage it. And then removing it, this is the special tool that's pushing through the center, not on the threads of it.
Yeah.
And we're pulling on the inside face, because if we actually hooked like a 3-jaw puller and pulled on this, we would pull it apart. Once it comes out, you'll see another reason why we need a new dampener. There's actually 2 more reasons why we need a new dampener coming out.
So is this the crank? No, it can't be the crank coming out. And what? This is the seal.
No, this is just the crank pulley still, the harmonic balancer. So 2 reasons. You see that deep groove?
Yep.
That is purely just from the oil seal running on it over time. And then you see more of that rubber, how it's bulging out everywhere.
Yeah.
So not at all surprising to see, like it's expected. So at least on the front side of, there's your crank pulley. That's why you don't draw that crank in by that. It's a cute little pulley, not meant for it.
The evil in me says get some pliers, but I won't. I will get the proper thing.
No, we want to.
I don't want to get yelled at. See, this is why I'm not allowed near engines. I'm gonna get the pliers to it. No, leave the pliers out of
Well,
it.
sometimes pliers are a suitable tool, but
so this engine as factory was what, 200 horsepower, allegedly.
heavily neutered by emissions. Like it's a push for it to even get to that point, but
the potential for it without.
Oh, we can break the rules if we really wanted.
So we could potentially get to 300-400 horsepower relatively easily with this engine.
With a stroker set and stuff like that, yeah. But on the outside, it would look just normal. So here's your crank pulley. What's interesting, this is one of the plastic timing gears, the phenolic resin gears.
Okay.
They do that for noise. You think, oh, they won't last. It's still in really good shape, given the age. Newer LSs, these are further apart and they actually have a block to take up some of that slack. Like we're getting a little loose at that point. Crank timing gear, cam timing gear, and the cam's inside there.
So presumably we're going to replace this.
Oh yeah. If that covers off, replace the time. Yeah, there's no value in not changing that when it's apart.
Again, when you look at that, the age of this engine, to think it's possibly 42 years old. And yesterday, I drove it up the road and back. And
now it's coming off into bits to live a better life, get rebuilt.
And for what we paid for the car, again, I've got to say, in this condition, it is phenomenal. We couldn't get these, so we'd only ever heard of Corvette. And of course, at the time, the internet wasn't around; it was just magazines.
You go down and get the magazine.
And so you'd see them in a magazine, but you couldn't actually get near it or understand what this car was. And it was only after doing a long distance drive a couple of years ago that I suddenly understood the Corvette. I'm like, oh, this makes so much sense now. That's the perfect setup for this. Yeah, big old lazy engine in the front, and I got the big tires on the back. This an automatic old manual, but this for me it was like, I suddenly understand the Corvette. And then I thought I want one. Okay, which parts am I removing next?
Everything on the side of the engine, the motor mount, the brackets, basically the whole, everything on that side.
Which size fits the motor mount?
9/16.
Yeah. Well, you mean the one that I put back in the tray? I've got to say, it's really nice to use some good tools as well. It's like, these are great.
I guess you guys don't have any equivalent to Harbor Freight, do you?
No, we've got Halfords Professional or Snap-on that you can get hold of, and that's it. Oh, this one does not want to move.
There you go. Cheat code.
I got a power tool. Oh, that was easier. Yes, hello, my friend. It's very noisy, and it still doesn't want to move.
We get the bigger gun or the really big 1/2-inch breaker bar.
Oh.
This is a fuel pump block-off plate. Even though this is electronically fuel injected, it's just the blocks are the same from the carbureted one that would have a fuel pump sitting there.
Yeah.
Found some more bearing glitter.
Oh. Oh, they are. That is crunchy, crunchy. Oh, he's got the breaker bar.
Which one is the fighter?
That one there. Oh, look at that. Thank you.
Didn't even punch yourself in the face.
No, I'm very happy on that. There we go. Straight off. See, this is why I'm not allowed near an engine.
You learn. Always ask,
Yeah.
does the force I'm applying make sense?
Oh, that's precious.
All over my brunts. So
Yes.
remember how that side was full of rust? This
Yep.
side, not so much. Do you mind grabbing the kitty litter or a bucket quickly?
Oh, that's still collecting. Unknown bucket.
I got.
Oh, you got it.
Got the bucket, now we can throw some of the dry. Like, I tried to prevent this. I pulled the block drain on the other side. I knew I should have pulled this sensor. Thank you.
What did you do today? Well, I went and saw my friends in America and threw kitty litter at him.
There's our rust coming back.
Oh, that's,
All right.
Yes.
Well, that's good enough. I'll slide that back. Ugh. I didn't want to stay clean today. You got all the scent, everything off the side?
yeah, I've got a strange thing by the oil filter, but that's, everything's off the head. If we've got this right.
So, start pulling rockers.
These ones.
Yep. So what's funny is you guys call it rocker covers, we call them valve covers.
Oh,
But they're sitting on rockers, but they also cover the valves,
yes.
sort of.
So on this engine, is it worth, when we change the springs, is it worth putting hardened springs in or harder springs?
That's not a yes or no answer. That's what cam, what RPM, what lift, all determines the spring rate of your valve spring. So you have that eggshell,
see.
and there's the ramp up. So if you have a very aggressive ramp up and down, you need a harder spring, because if you have a soft spring with that real aggressive on from the lift, especially with a big lift, that can actually like throw the spring further than travel, create potential for piston contact, or basically have a runaway valve.
Yeah.
These are real bad about what's called floating a valve, where again, at such high RPM, the spring can no longer control, and the valves just kind of start bouncing and doing what they want when they want. So it depends. Again, what cam we pick, if we end up with aluminum heads or not. Like, there's
Aluminum. What sort of word is aluminum? Are you saying aluminium?
aluminum.
Aluminium.
You're in America. Speak American.
You stole our language.
We improved.
Yes. The other one that gets me is polystyrene. Polystyrene. That's one of my favourites. So we'll have a polystyrene cup, and you'll call it styrofoam.
Oh. polystyrene, that's a whole lot more than styrofoam.
You always call it polystyrene.
Why poly? You're adding unnecessary syllables.
I don't know. It's just the way it is.
You're not in a lab or you're not doing recycling. Honey, can you get me more polystyrene cups? The kids are almost out with their fruit punch.
Yeah, that's a normal conversation.
Do you have Solo cups?
No. I don't know if Solo Cup is a brand of cup or...
It's a brand, but it's kind of like Kleenex and Band-Aid brand. Like
Okay.
all of it is. Or when you're searching something, you're going to Google it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it's turned into. But think about the red plastic party cup.
Yes.
That's a Solo cup.
So we do have plastic cups, but we don't call them Solo cups. And the polystyrene cups as well, which are good fun to chew, but it's just the way it is.
So if we were going to do absolutely nothing to these heads, we'd want everything to go back exactly where it came out.
Yep.
But the fact that it's getting a cam, it's getting everything, we can basically just bag the valve train.
Okay.
Normally, push rods, even the lifters, if we were just doing a basic refresh, out the hole, in the hole. But we're not even gonna have these same rocker bolts, because even if we upgrade and rebuild these heads, we're gonna change them over to the a threaded. We're gonna thread the holes, remove the press fits.
So one of the things I never realised is how much work you actually put into the cars you build. Because I never see you when you've built a car. You're like, I'm in the middle of this. I'm in the middle of this. It's like, I'll message you. And like, why isn't Jared responding? This is why.
It's fun, like, going through the whole like showing, because again, like even this, where we're showing a lot of stuff, we didn't run a camera for 3 hours yesterday.
Yesterday was a good day. So yesterday, being with one of your buddies, working on a Corvette, listening to some good American rock music. What a day. I mean, like, honestly, it's like, yeah, today's a good day to be alive.
He had Taylor Swift blasting at this. He changes outfits before every time we turn the camera on. I haven't got him in the Swiftie uniform yet.
The wrecking ball's up there.
That's Miley.
Is it Miley?
Miley Cyrus's wrecking ball.
Is it? Only you would know that. See, me, rock music, you seem to know a lot about this.
I'm good with useless information.
You pretty much got everything out over there.
Well, I went through and pulled all first. Like, I turned them all loose
Yeah.
to hand you the wrench, so I'm just coming back thinking. You could also put that socket on the gun, but because we are under some spring tension, I normally tend to go by hand.
Okay.
Normally, if we were fully putting this all back together, this would have to go back to that hole. So this is a flat tappet lifter. See how it's just flat at the bottom?
Yeah.
There's no roller. So this rides on the camshaft going up and down. It's also hydraulic. It takes oil pressure to pump up, so that way you don't have to adjust these valves. You kind of set it once, you put a little bit of pre-tension on it when it's off the lobe, and that's set for life, more or less. Problem with the flat tappets, there's no rolling surface. It's metal to metal. You get the wrong oil, you don't break in, because they're somewhat hardened independently, but they basically harden against each other.
Okay.
The cam lobe to that. So if you ever heard I wiped out a cam lobe, you'll see this with a big old worn-in dome.
Yeah.
And the cam, actually, you wear the tip off of the camshaft.
Okay.
So that's wearing out a cam. When you break in, we might go roller. Again, we don't know what we're going back together with. When you first fire up an engine, you have to run in the cam. You have to have the right oil with the right amount of zincs in it, ZDDP. And as soon as you fire it up, you basically run from 1500 to 3000 alternating for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Straight, like that's, you fire the car and it has to run 30 minutes straight. Otherwise, you're at risk of the cam not hardening correctly and wiping itself.
Wow. So many people would not know this, and
Most of the people at this point messing with splaw blocks know that, but the scary thing is, you can do everything right and still have a cam. The latest supply of materials has just sucked. Like,
oh, wow.
Even some of the name brand lifters. The other thing that will happen is people hear that and they get really scared. So they buy the special Gibbs racing oil, break-in oils and everything, and then they put a bunch of zinc additive on top of it. Problem is, you can have too much of it I think it was Bob is the oil guy, or maybe it was engineering, but did a great graph of how there's a sweet spot of the right amount of zinc in your oil. Modern oils don't have it anymore because when it burns, it's not good. So you're always going to burn some oil. So they got rid of it in modern engines. But if you put too much in, rather than holding and bonding to the metal as it's spinning around, it just bonds to itself and shears off the metal. So too much is almost worse than not enough. All of that to say, just buy a really good high quality break-in oil. Don't add any additives to it, and get ready to run the engine in.
I'm amazed at the condition of these.
Yeah, they all are actually looking really sharp.
What's also blowing my mind is, engineering-wise, all this time ago we came up with that, and 50 years before that we were pretty much riding around on horses.
It happens quick. Well, it may be offensive to hear, the electric world. The past 20 years, 30 years of electric, or, again, obviously we're very involved with an EV1 lately, but you look at how advanced the EV1 was, it stagnated a little bit and then it's taken off again. And what the electric cars are doing, you can get a truck that goes 470 miles on a single charge now.
That's really good.
And if you hypermile it going 25 miles an hour, you can go 1,000 miles.
I think electric is interesting because car guys, we love the V8s, but I think the electric motors really do have a good place.
But don't get me wrong, I love jumping in my loud, crazy stuff. But sometimes letting your vehicle chauffeur you around, not awful.
Again, we're not allowed to use the self-drive in the UK, which is a shame.
There's a lot of people that need it.
Yes. Yeah, I think a lot of people would be safer on the road.
So what I think we'll do, you'll get that off, we'll lift these cylinder heads up and off, replenish some fluids, find a new interesting angle, and then discuss our findings under the cylinder heads. Oh, make sure you're always fully, see how there you go. So when you don't fully seat on that bolt and you apply that torque, that's how you can really round a bolt. Make sure, always fully seat a fastener. Yep. There's your distributor gear. So there's your cam. You got a little chattering back there.
Yeah.
You look at the crown here. You see how it's pushing down just?
Yeah.
That's starting to show a little premature wear, but nothing like imminent danger failure out of it. We'll tell more with the crank out, but I will just say preliminarily those cam bearings look a lot better than I expected.
Oh, I see.
Oh boy. Oh, we're burning some valves.
Oh.
I will get that. That's very heavy. If you're not expecting it, it will drop and crush your toes.
Yay.
So
American Hospital. I don't want to go there.
a lot of rust. No evidence of a blown gasket. So if you have a blown gasket, you can see carbon tracing. Well, you've got Rovers. You're used to blown gaskets.
Well, that was crunchy.
So single layer metal gasket, it just makes a little pop sound. Lift off that down. There we go. Whew. I thought I was sitting into my chair.
Oh, that was great. That nearly ended up on my channel.
I was like, I'm done for. If anyone tells you 3 inches isn't a lot. What's interesting is how much more rust is on one side versus the other, but you can see in the top when you go to look at your coolant jackets here.
Oh yeah.
See how it, so you can undo that to take that one off. This is that plug partway threaded in. Take that out, bag and clean the tools. Then we're gonna flip it for camera and then we'll do our 10-minute break.
You've done this before, haven't you?
Oh,
Oh, there they go. That's oh, that's precious.
nice and muddy. So now we got an oil pan
That's disgusting.
and a rotating assembly to pull out, and then we hypothesize why we blew an engine. But first, let's drink some water and tidy up the floor a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
Let's see. Will it come up on its own? Okay. It really was just silicone back down. But fair enough, he was making it ready to drive.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That is what you call just bearing.
Oh.
Old, rotten bearing.
Oh.
But, you know, we were expecting this. You know, it's not... Our first look. So this is your oil pickup here. Most of that is just from when the engine turned over, that dribbled into it. Doesn't look damaged. This will be your oil pump. Before we get that, we got to take the little bit of a windage tray off. I see something and have a theory, but we're not going to discuss that yet. So it's the windage tray. So when you have your pool of oil here,
Yes.
and you start going through corners, that oil can slosh up, get caught by the counterweight of your crankshaft.
Okay.
That's windage.
Ah.
As it slaps in there, it does two things. Robs power,
Yep.
because the friction of the counterweight traveling through the oil, and two, as it's spinning, it will start frothing and aerating your oil.
Ah.
Aerated oil's not very good at lubricating things.
No.
So it's there to help keep the oil where the oil belongs. Some of you guys might start to see the thing I'm cluing into, but not yet. So I've not had this type of small ball. It looks like, okay, no, those are studs. I was really confused. I was thinking the oil pump somehow was bolting from the bottom through the, just in a way that made no sense. So we're going to dissect that later. If you lose an engine, especially to bearings, as the Mighty Car Mods put it, in the bin. So, as you were calling them, bearing shells. Come on.
Yes.
Come on. So that's your bearing shell.
Okay.
And you can see that was getting hot.
Yes.
This was built June of 84. 684.
Wow.
While the bearing was made 6 of 8. So this, number 1 is original. So these are your piston rings. You have your top compression ring, your second compression ring, and your oil control ring. So you need a little bit of oil to get up, but not much. So the job of these are basically oil kind of gets up around here, and when it comes back down, this scrapes it back down. And then you have the 2 compression rings. Some engines run a single, old engines have a single compression. Nothing remarkable about number 1. Ow. So these have like shouldered rod bolts, which are kind of cool to see. Old school performance stuff. She was getting a little unhappy, but not destroyed yet. Come on. Normally you would brass punch a lot of this, but we're at the point where we're aware. Wow, good catch. Same thing on this bearing. You can see starting to go, but not quite gone. All right, and there you start to see actual bearing failure. You can see all the wear material lifting and that critical secondary. You see, and actually feel that. Like you feel that with your hand.
Yes. Congratulations, sir. It's a piston.
How's the top of that look? Similar. Not unsurprising. You see that texture forming.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think causes that?
Oil starvation.
A lot of times when you're good to the front and then you start to get bad, it's an oil volume issue. So basically the oil would kind of run out, get back, pump back up. It's possible our coolant passages are blocked. It could be trapping oil in the cylinder head and the oil's not draining back fast enough. I don't see evidence in the cylinder heads on that. Now, because of what you want to do, we will open up the oil drain back hole some. Make it easier from the oil for the head to get out of the head back to the block and in the sump. But there's a possibility in the first bits of testing, it didn't have sufficient oil for the use.
No.
Because it was on a test run, right? That it.
Yeah, it just picked it up. I was driving it back from after purchasing it.
Oh wow! So he really never enjoyed the car.
No.
Anytime you're tearing down an engine and you're going front to back and it gets worse, well, again, this engine, not all, you're looking into a starvation. You're running out of oil along the way. So if you look in here, you see how it's kind of golden and hot looking.
Okay, yeah.
Both of those are kind of golden and hot. That's how you know. I immediately saw that and I'm like, all right, this rear bearing is... Now the other thing it's going to support is when we pull these main caps off, this bearing cap will look a little bit rough. Come on now. We're not seeing lots of sign of contamination throughout the engine. We're just kind of seeing suddenly the front bearings are kind of good and the rear bearings aren't. So if it was bad oil, you would see everything hurt because it's the same oil going through everything. It will not come loose.
Oh, that's precious.
Yeah, that's the new one that's already spun again. Yeah, this bearing was made May of 23.
So what would cause the new one to spin?
So when you completely lose the bearing, you physically are going to be wearing this surface.
Yep.
So once you've worn that surface out, the tolerance is wrong. That and the crankshaft's going to be damaged, so the tolerance is wrong.
Okay.
I'm also willing to bet she spins a little easier now. But giving you guys the close-up of what we're looking at, is that's an okay journal. And you can see how the crank surface here, that has been machined and pushed out, the thrust surface. And this, you can snag every one of your nails on that. You were expecting it. He was on it, just threw bearing shells in it.
Yeah,
But
I'm really grateful for Tommy doing that for me, so that we had something we could drive
move
on and off the trailer
and deal with. But again, you can see how much more golden that is. Even the cast, you saw how much more golden. So, wonder what this one will look like. But I'm already predicting she turns. Oh yeah, turns a lot easier. Look at that. Remember how we couldn't even turn it?
Yeah.
So that probably won't be quite as bad, but 2 more. Let's get tore down. This looked a little bit off here. And I was like, oh no, hopefully we didn't, oh wait, where are we on? There we go. But this is a spun main bearing. That's the center of the shells. It was spinning, there we go. It was spinning perfectly off camera. And you can see the block could be in trouble now.
Yes. Yes.
No, that's bad.
No, we can speed. Just go faster.
So you just call it Blueprint and drop $6,000 and we just get 450 horsepower right off the rip?
I mean, it's, you know, it's money, but then that's 450 horsepower. That's a lot of horses.
What do you think?
I mean, it's a pretty colour.
It shouldn't do that.
No, I don't think it's very well. I mean, it's pretty artistically. I like it. Mechanically, I'm not a fan of it. Artistically, yeah, but
Its performance art. It has none.
yes.
It has no performance anymore. But again, if we go back to, we've been telling you, number one looks pretty good. So that's where the oil comes through the block. You come to number two, it's getting a little rough. 3, we actually start to lose shape.
It stays getting worse.
It loses shape. 4 is completely spun. The good news is there is some, you can feel it some, but it's salvageable. But what happened, you can see even a little bit of the bearings retaining tang left in its hole. But this started to spin and it stopped in a way. So remember how I said how the oil is gun drilled to feed the rods?
Yeah.
So when that bearing spun, what happens? So take a look at, so that's,
Oh, it's just going to block the oil. It's going to stop the oil going through, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to stop the
so
oil.
the moment it turned,
Yeah, it's going to stop the oil.
you block
there's
that.
the little hole.
Yeah, and those normally line up perfectly.
So yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So if that then spins, that'll go there. No more oil coming down the line.
And Rodney's dead.
Would be free. Yeah.
What's interesting is the amount of thrust wear damage to that. Your automatic, it should not have a ton of thrust wear like that, which all leads us back to not enough oil. We're gonna flip it over because we got one more thing to look at, and then I think we're gonna throw it to where we're gonna discuss some. You guys are gonna discuss with us, and we'll come up with a game plan to bring a Corvette back to life.
Yes.
But one more thing to look at. We need one more bit of information, and that's cylinder bore. So the last big piece of the puzzle is bore condition. So these are our bores. Now, they're obviously shiny. They've been worn in some, but you still can see some crosshatch. And the other thing you want to do is feel at the top. The very top of it. Does your finger get stuck? Is there like a big lip?
No, that's okay.
That's good. So a lot of times, especially the 80s small blocks, they would wear in so bad that you'd get these massive lips. So our bores are really good, which means this is a candidate for, we'll need a line hone and a new rotating assembly, and then we figure out cylinder heads. Or you buy a pre-built thing, or we look more at the potential for LS swap. The problem I'm struggling a little bit with is the thing is so good and original. I feel like you're showing up to these races with much bigger cojones with period iron.
Yes.
You want Americana? Come on, Mr. European American.
Yeah, I've got a lot of miles to do with it. He's got to do a ton of miles, and you know where I'm going to be driving this thing, and it's going to have a whole bunch of different fuels running through it.
So I'll look into more. One of you know, is there a Crossfire intake kit to where we can put like a Holly Sniper single, improve the intake, single barrel or single throttle body setup and still use the intake? But I think our number one lesson is check your oil.
Yes.
A lot.
Check your oil.
So benefit is if we do like the blueprint stuff, it's technically period. It's vintage small block. It's new castings and stuff, but it's all this architecture.
Yeah.
And that to me is 100% the spirit of it. Comment, tell us, what would you do? Spend Spencer's money. Should we say whatever the number one voted comment is what you put in it?
Yeah, no.
No, because they might spend a lot of money. You know what these guys are like, they're savages. Who knows how much they'll spend?
Everyone comment below, put a Spitfire engine in it.
Right, a Merlin Spitfire engine.
Mostly because I really want to build one and do something with it and not have to pay for it.
Oh.
Granted, we'll have to make it like the tank car and like cut and add like 5 feet to the front of the car.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting and not kind of what I was going for. We'll see what the masses say.
See what they say. Good news is I got another broken car in my way. It at least moved a little before.
Yes.
Not much longer though. It was not long for the world. So, all right, I've got a mess to clean up. I need ice, and we've got some plans to discuss. It's a little worse than expected. I was hoping we didn't spin mains, but it all makes sense. Hopefully you learned a little bit, had some fun watching a guy with no experience kind of be the main wrench. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun too.
Yes, I've discovered that although I'm useless and a liability with a spanner, I'm not as bad with a wrench.
See, it's all about what you call it. So I'm Jared, reminding you guys to always make questionable choices and
Midlife Crisis 101X, check your oil.
or this will be you. See ya.